should show us the, yes. So it's red. Not the logo is red. It's red, okay, and it is saying live 5 seconds, 6 seconds, okay, and we don't see eyes yet, which means people have not started seeing. Okay, so I will also send a message on the group while we start off the live, so that people who need to jump in and start seeing will possibly start doing that. Give me a second, okay? I'm just going to sort of try to wake up people on the chat. I think it is Saturday evening,
Yeah.
and it is not a long weekend. In fact, today in the morning I had a call and people said, "Oh, it's a long weekend." That's why. I said, "It's not a long weekend. There is no holiday. The holiday is tomorrow, and there was no holiday on Friday or neither on Monday. I'm not
मंडे
sure
है
what is a
मंडे है
Monday
किस
है.
चीज
Why?
पारसी न्यू ईयर
Monday is a holiday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, अच्छा. Monday is a holiday.
या
Not in Bangalore.
What is it?
Yeah, we are not having.
स्कूल
Yeah,
हॉलीडे
we are
है
working.
And not for people who are working remotely.
remotely yeah absolutely
I think the remote working has made it miserable for us, yeah, in one way. I'm very happy. I love to work remotely. Don't I have to waste time meeting a ton of people. But I think it's still a tricky time. Okay, so I see at least one person seeing, and I'm sure people will join in. And I will drop a message also. While we start a conversation, I'll drop a message, a couple of messages more. But in the interest of time and the good two people who have joined in, and three people who are watching, we will start the chat. Okay, so this is the sixth episode of our fireside chat with the contributing bakers for the Healthy Baking book series that Stone Mill and OMBC have released together. And I think the last five chats are indicative of how exciting and how interesting our conversations have been. Of course, there's a lot of information sharing that happens, but I think broadly, the good part is that we get to know a lot more about each of the bakers who've been part of this entire journey. So, let me quickly share the names of the bakers. Of course, their names are reflecting there as well. But for all of you who've joined in, we have Sonal, we have Trupti, we have Sonia, Anuradha, and Burli, and there's Samira and me, permanent fixtures. So we are going to, and of course, we'll have kids like, so my daughter will probably also float in at some point in time and, say hi. But I think it's very, firstly, I think thank you so much. This is Saturday evening, like I was saying while we just joined in, Saturday evening. It's difficult to take out time, especially because all of us want to spend this time with family also. So I really appreciate that, each one of you have made time for this. So that's a big thank you from, Samira and me. And I think the first thing I'd like to do is maybe start it off from one of the big ingredients that we've been seeing in baking. So if you've seen that, we've tried to sort of share a pattern in what we are discussing with the bakers. We've spoken a little bit about sweeteners in one of our chats. We've spoken a little bit about flours in one of the chats. We'll talk more about them as well. But taking that particular trend forward, I wanted to understand, from all of you, and any of you can actually start sharing your perspective on that. I'm sure each one of you has at some point in time experimented or done baking with nuts and seeds. Okay, so which kind of nuts or seeds, you can break it up, answer just one part of it, whatever makes it easy for you. Um, do you really enjoy baking with, and why? I think that is one of the things that I feel is important to discuss, especially from since all of you are now seasoned bakers. It's a good thing for us to get an idea for even the newbies who are on OMBC.
Well, for me, it was always peanuts because it's always available at home. And since I started making my own peanut butter, I started experimenting with that in my bakes. And when I saw that it gives a very nice texture, so peanuts are the go to nuts for me. Yeah, I do end up using cashew nuts and walnuts and others as well. But every time I need to experiment with something, it's always peanuts.
I love
Same.
baking with lots of seeds actually. Sunflower, pumpkin, chia, flax, and all of that kind. Especially in the breads that I make, which I am still learning. And apart from that, I have also used a couple of nuts like cashew and walnuts, almonds, and all that. Yes, I would definitely want to try or experiment with hazelnut, which has a very, I should say, weird taste, and macadamia nuts, which I love because they are kind of very different compared to the other nuts. So these are the two nuts which I haven't baked with, but there's other lot of nuts that I have baked, and I feel nuts actually add a very nice crunch to the bake, and also it's like, again, healthy, adds a lot of gives a lot of protein and all that. So yes, that's my experience.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to add on to what Anuradha said. So my favorite nut would actually be hazelnut because I
Wow.
think it's because I've worked with it a lot. Even I've used the other normal cashew nut, walnuts, macadamia is also my favorite. But I think hazelnut flour, I've worked with hazelnut flour as well. So it gives a wonderful textures to brownies. You know, anything that is chocolate based. Once you have the hazelnut flavor, it's nutty. It's very different. So it kind of tastes like a healthy Nutella basically. So that's why I love to work with it. And even in cookies, if you add hazelnuts, you chop it up and add. I think it gives a wonderful texture and gives that crunchiness. And I think hazelnuts go amazing with anything. If you have dark chocolate, I think it goes wonderful with that. So I think that's my go-to nut to try. So yeah,
Hazelnut is always a combination. Is used in
yeah,
combination
yeah,
with chocolate, I
Chocolate.
guess.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I think some
Yeah.
flavor combinations work very well together. I think the
Yeah,
chocolate
yeah,
hazelnut one
Yeah.
has found its true
yeah.
place. Under-
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Similar to walnuts and carrots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, correct. Walnuts and carrots. Yes, walnuts and dates.
Dates
I
as
mean,
well, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
even
I do bake with dates and walnuts together, being in this part of the region where we get a
yes,
lot of
you really get
dates.
lovely dates. Correct, correct.
Actually, I have plenty of dates drying in my backyard today.
Wow.
Fresh
Getting it
one.
actually at the point of origin, I think this is one conversation we've had previously also, that getting it where you're located, the produce from that
Yeah.
place, I think that makes such a big difference to the quality of the bake,
yeah,
the
yeah.
quality of
True,
the
true.
end
Yes.
product itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
about seeds? Anybody has any? Or of course, we can continue the discussion about nuts, but I think also add to. Do any of you bake with seeds as well?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I bake
Yes.
a lot of seeds actually. The chia seeds, I don't know if these are the seeds that you are referring to, chia seeds, flax seeds,
Yeah,
and then the sunflower, pumpkin,
correct.
and whatnot. All of
Absolutely.
those.
Yes.
Watermelon is also very good. Watermelon seeds.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
I've started experimenting with seeds in the breads primarily now,
Yeah.
and
And
flax seeds in as an egg substitute. And I love
Right.
adding sesame into everything because of the calcium.
into
So I
everything.
just keep
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sesame.
Yeah. Sesame.
And, I think
Yes, I think
for me, in
sesame,
terms of
especially
nuts,
from the
I
tomato soup.
have basically used almond. I like to use almond, especially for kind of gluten free. The first time I actually tried almond flour was when I was baking a gluten free cake for my friend who has issue with gluten. So, and I just love that texture, the nuttiness, and that was the flavor that you get. And it's been a go-to since then. And even cashew, because you can cut down on the fats with it. So that's really great.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, people
in
will keep
fact,
saying, so some of the bakers who've joined in will keep saying, so the comments, I'm just explaining the comments below, that those are comments that the bakers are sharing on Facebook when they're seeing the live. So I'll just keep sharing those in the middle. Yeah, go ahead, Burley. Go ahead.
no, actually, basically, I love flaxseeds because I love egg-free base. So it is actually a very good, excellent egg supplement, like substitute. So I think flaxseed is my favorite seed, and it is got fatty omega fatty acids too. So it really imparts a crunchy taste too. So for my brownies and all egg-free ones, I always try with flax seeds because it's an excellent. I really love even my vanilla egg-free vanilla cakes. Also, I use flaxseeds as the supplement because as substitute because I don't like curds and all in my vanilla because it gives a kind of different texture. So I think flaxseed is my favorite. I'll go for that.
Okay, so we have a range of seeds and a range of nuts. I think nobody has repeated the nuts, right? I think everybody said different nuts. I think
Yes.
everybody
Yeah,
said
kind of.
fairly different. Like, I mean, we have a range of nuts that have come in. Something very odd. We have a range of nuts. But anyhow,
But is there anyone that you all haven't tried but want to?
Um,
Like a wish list or
I
a bucket
think
list of.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I haven't
Okay.
experimented with hazelnut and macadamia. So
Same,
I would
same.
definitely want to experiment with and see what it tastes like, because I know the taste of macadamia, I love it, but hazelnuts, I have to develop the taste for it, except the Nutella.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Same here.
amazing actually. You should try. It's very
Yeah, sure.
different.
I will.
Macadamia
Even
good.
macadamia cookies are really nice. If you
Right.
try with
We'll
macadamia
have
Never
and
to
just
tried.
try.
chop them up. Yeah, yeah. You can do it with cashews and macadamia and we try and mix it. It tastes
Okay.
lovely. I tried macadamia nuts once.
Mm-hmm.
So actually my son loves them. So whenever some cousin of ours comes from the US, they normally get a big pack of macadamia nuts for my son. So and those are some of them are the salty ones and some of them are the normal ones. So the non-salty ones are used for the bakes. So they
So,
taste amazing. Yeah.
so Anuradha has not. Anuradha, you're saying that you would like to try to bake with macadamia. You haven't baked as yet with macadamia nuts, right?
Yes, she and I both
Yes.
wanted to do macadamia and hazelnut. We want to try them. I think
Okay,
she's got frozen.
so you want to try.
With
Okay, so
me.
hazelnut and macadamia. Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
same with me as well.
Yeah,
So we
but
have.
just a quick question. At least whenever I've had any dry fruit based or nut based or seed based cookies or granola bars, they sometimes can really be heavy.
Hmm,
As in, you can have just a little bit and you can feel
Yeah,
fairly
yeah.
full. So,
yeah.
do you all try something to kind of make it less heavy, or do you all enjoy utne mein dil bharta hai types? What do you all end up doing?
If it is making you full quickly and you end up eating less, that might be a positive for a lot of people, na?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a very
But
good sign, right?
technically, yes, but I
We
ate
follow
only
the
that one
Japanese
laddu,
method of
and
eating.
it's just that.
Fullness. Oh, always use these nuts as with a combination of flours. So
Right.
generally it compensates that way. So you don't really feel full, and also you will be satiated. So
Right.
that's how I balance with.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
about the portion also, na. Like if you, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps, but I try to make very small portions. Okay, so I don't make a very big bar. Like I make a small bar, so I know that if you feel like eating two, also you will not feel uncomfortable, or you can eat
Correct.
one now and then. After a couple of hours, if you feel like eating another one, you can still split it. But personally, that's the reason also why I bake everything in small sizes. Maybe because I feel that my kids will eat half and then leave half, and then either I'll end up eating it's something that I don't feel like eating at that point in time because I don't want to waste it, or I'll have to force them to eat it because I don't want to waste it. So, so to avoid that, maybe that is one of the ways. Yeah. See, I make small. Somebody else has also said this. See, I make smaller bars and have it all by myself. See,
Yeah. Better.
actually, that's the best course of action. You make small bars, eat it, feel satiated. The smallness also helps psychologically that
Yes.
Right.
not at a huge portion. So I think that is something that definitely makes a big difference. So I mean, quickly, can you share with us, what is it that okay? Are there any seeds? Like I mean, sorry, are there any seeds that you really want to bake with but you haven't so far? Like apart from flax, I'm hearing that we've baked with flax. There are people who bake with chia, we baked with melon seeds, baked with pumpkin seeds, baked with
I've,
uh, sesame. Anything that
tried
we've missed, I mean, it looks like a lot of seeds already.
no, I've tried tahini just once, but I'm not still not very comfortable with the taste, so I have to still work on
The
that.
taste is fairly unusual. With tahini, I think the
Hmm.
taste is fairly unusual. It takes a while
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
used to.
Yeah, for me,
Tahini
I've
goes
added
well with hummus and all that. I have not used it in bakes.
bakes.
Not used it in bakes as
For me,
yet.
I've always used seeds as a part of the bake, like for cakes or breads.
Hmm.
But I want to
Correct.
try seed butter, like pumpkin seed
Yeah.
butter in
Yeah.
bakes. So I've seen a lot about it, so I want to try that.
Hey, if
Yeah,
you try it,
same,
I'm
same.
also interested in seeing how it turns out because I've tried seed butter, but I've not tried seed butter in bakes, and I think that would be an
Bakes, yeah,
interesting thing to see
yeah,
because
as
seed
a
butter is
substitute
very,
for butter.
yeah, absolutely, yes, and it's a very good substitute as long as people are
Yeah,
comfortable with the taste because I think seeds, are have a very they have a very, what should I say, strong personality, of
Yeah.
their own. They have a very strong flavor of their own. So it's difficult to disguise it. So, like, for example, there are so many things we do to mask flavors. I am sure you must have seen it in the previous chats. We had masking agents like chocolate and
Yeah.
I don't know, cinnamon and Evo and all that stuff. But the point is with seeds, it's really difficult to
Yeah.
mask the flavor of seeds. Any of the seeds for that matter. I don't think any seed. I have not come across a seed which is neutral tasting so far.
Yeah.
Which is working all right, and which you've not needed to mask in a bake. I think that is one big thing. So now let's see something, because I think all of us, where are we all? I'm sure most of us. I know a few of you are located in Bangalore. Okay,
Yeah.
and but this is a question about in general about either whichever state you're located in, or wherever whichever state you belong to, because this is my special contribution to the Independence Day theme. Okay, apart from wearing uh, this is not purple, okay, this is blue. In the interest of whoever asked for the colors, I'm just sharing that this is blue. Okay, so what I wanted to share check with all of you is that, depending on either say, you can answer both. I'll be very happy if I get two answers from all of you. But where you reside, and if you're from a different state or from another state, any one traditional bake from that particular place which you may have already tried it also, that's all right, but which you've really enjoyed baking in a healthy way, or you would want to try to bake in a healthy way, either is fine. But maybe if you can share that, and we'll also share, Samira and I will also share. It's I'm sure I'm oh now Samira has a surprise question for her also.
I reside in Bahrain, but I have never baked the baklava. I don't know, I don't want to bake the baklava because I feel it's very unhealthy. And for me, I
It's
have given up on a
psychological.
lot of unhealthy things.
You
So
look at it like, oh God. All right.
yeah, and
That's
I belong to Hyderabad actually, and I
okay.
did bake the famous biryani of Hyderabad. I have baked
Oh, wow.
kachi biryani once in the oven, and it turned out great. And
Wow.
also,
This is
there are
amazing.
some yeah, you can actually bake the
Yeah.
biryani if it is a kachi
Yeah,
biryani or
Sakshi.
even cooked ones like the dum biryani. You can the last bit what we do, we put it on the stove on a very low flame and then cook it for about 35 minutes. You can do that in the oven. You can bake it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and it really
Absolutely.
turns out great because in the oven you get the all over heat, and it works really good for the biryani.
We
And
should
I
have this in the evening. Now I'm hungry, okay? This is too much. By the time this thing gets over, I'm hungry.
I have
Yeah,
planned for a Sofiani biryani for tomorrow. You can come over.
Actually, I am from Kerala, so I would like to bake my roast cookies and unniyappam. Of course, I'll try to do that in
Oh,
a baked way.
wow. That's
yeah,
really
that would
nice.
be
That's
If you
one.
lovely.
take them, let me know
Lovely.
also how.
Yeah.
Let me also
That
know
should
how, because I
that
would
should
also
be
like
a
to
very
try.
ambitious attempt, because the
Yeah.
entire flavor of that unniyappam comes from frying in that ghee in
Trying
that
it.
appam chatti.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really would really be excited to see how a baked version turns out.
Big version
That
turns
should be
out,
Yeah.
quite
right?
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting
Beryl
very
actually
hungry
said
now.
what was there in my mind.
Sonia's saying you've already said. Now, Sonia, you have to tell us another one.
Yeah, actually, for me, I am a Malayali, born and brought up in Bangalore. My husband is a Bengali, born and brought up in Nagaland. And
Wow.
so we have
Oh,
a combination of states at home.
There are a lot
So,
of
but
options to choose.
yeah, a lot of options, and I keep trying out things, mostly the Bengali mishtis, and I've tried baking it, but it just doesn't come out the way the fried ones come. But one thing I tried was from Karnataka. It is called Kajjikai, or I think it's also called
Karchikai.
Gujia.
Yes,
Kajjikai, yeah.
Karchika is Gujia, yeah.
and
Kind of
Yeah.
Gujia.
famous
Yeah, yeah.
Hyderabadi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I've tried baking it. But like Beryl said, unniyappam and achapams are something, and neyyapam as well. So that's something in the to-do list which I've never got the courage to bake. So I'll be following your recipe if at all you bake.
That's just like a waffle maker you try once and then it will come. But I don't think it actually once I tried and it was kind of really poor. It's really
Yeah.
bad. So I
Yeah.
think I should adopt some other techniques, to just make it little okay or perfect kind.
Yeah.
I think we'll all be keeping an eye open on the group for whenever your recipe pops up on this.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have so
Yeah.
many traditional things.
One
Now
of
we
my
have
favorites.
Trupti and Sonal also sharing. Tell us.
Yeah,
Tell
Yeah.
us something
so
to share.
I'm basically a Kannadiga from North Karnataka, but settled in Bangalore. But I would love to try. I love Mangalore buns, so I would like to try Mangalore bun or a Maddur vada, basically a baked one. You know, it makes a lot of difference when you try and bake these. I tried baking the vada, but it didn't turn as good as the fried one. But yeah, definitely, since I love these things, I would love to try and match up to the fried ones.
Original flavor. Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. And savory.
Heard
Wow.
that,
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
heard
One
that you
sweet
can
and
make.
one savory.
सिमरन कुछ
So
करना
I
पड़ेगा आज बारिश का भी मौसम है वी आर टॉकिंग ओनली अबाउट फ्राइड स्टफ
I will go on mute after this. If the camera goes off, you know where I've gone. I've gone to the kitchen. Not that I'm going to
Yeah.
make something right now.
Yeah, you can actually make the kanda bhaji or whatever you call it in Mumbai style. No,
Yeah,
bake it
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
We
air
can
or
make.
the
Yeah.
oven. और एक कप
I
चाय के साथ मजा आ जाएगा.
ना मतलब मैं बता रही हूँ ना, so I'm that's what I'm saying. So I'm very, how should I explain? I love food, but I'm very different like that. I don't like fried stuff and I don't like
Yeah.
sweets. Let me know.
Oh.
I have been, people have looked at me like I'm an unusual animal, but I can't help it. I can't help it. That's just me. Okay, I can't. You know, so and but bake तो मैं अभी वो मैं जाके भजी बेक करने जाऊंगी तब तक तो मेरे को मतलब सबसे डंडे पड़ जाएंगे at home. Okay, because they will want me to make it for them. Okay, so I do not want to risk it and go in the kitchen at this point in time to make something for somebody else. Right now, I'm hungry and I have to figure out how to do this, how to deal with this hunger in a positive way. Anyhow, go ahead. Yeah, so I और
yeah,
कोई नहीं
so
बता रहा.
I'm from Goa.
हाँ,
नहीं मैं
सोनल
बता
is
रही
here.
हूँ. So I'm from Goa. So
Ooh.
settled in Bangalore. So
Oh,
so my
I'm from
one thing
Bangalore.
from
Goa होता तो कितना मजा आता.
Karnataka was so from Karnataka, I actually wanted to try Mangalore buns, and I just tried it last week. I just posted it in
Okay.
OMBC last week
Ah,
itself.
I saw
So
Oh,
Mangalore.
great,
Shall
great.
so that was like one thing, big thing off the list now. And
Wow.
one thing which I want to try from Goa is like, so we have this sweet that we make typically, to celebrate the mango festival kind of thing. So we make it with chana dal and elaichi kind of ball in the middle, and then
अच्छा.
we coat it with rice and urad dal, and we deep fry that rice urad dal flour, and we deep
Wow.
fry it. So
Okay.
it's like a Saraswat delicacy, and I really want to try that in a baked form. So maybe I have to kind of think of making like a dough and bake that.
How
But
to
yeah, it's on
actually
my
make
to-do.
it. Yeah.
I really want to
Yum.
try
I
that.
think there's so much of yum food being discussed. Samira, you want to
Yeah.
share also?
Sonal, do you know?
I'm
Do you know
just
Dudol?
Samira is going to say,
Dudol
I'm
since
going
you're
to
from
take
Goa.
all of this and give to us. Actually, I'm going to say the same thing also. Try these, do the trials on us.
happy guinea pigs.
Trials on us. Anna, one more contender has come to eat.
No, I'm just amazed at the ideas that have come up within the exact last 10 minutes
Yeah,
on what we all want to try. And
correct.
just goes back to show that
Variation, variation.
yeah, yeah. And how much ever
There's
we
one.
relate to our childhood favorites or our local favorites, the very fact that we are considering the idea of baking it and that too in a healthy way, I mean, it's amazing that we're thinking in that direction. Maybe a few years ago we would not have thought in this direction
Yeah.
also.
True,
Fried hai
true.
to fried hi khana chahiye would have been our normal approach or attitude. But today
Yeah.
we are
That's
able to think of that and explore the possibility कि इसको क्या करना पड़ेगा ताकि ये baked version में work करे. That
Yeah.
itself, I think, is a very amazing conversation happening right here. So
yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
dealing with that.
Yeah,
So
In
I think
fact,
that's
Samira, we have this very traditional rava fry that we do in Goa of vegetables, which is always there in our vegetable thali. So we will have like potato rava fry with the masala and all that. So that used to be like, it's a shallow fry thing. I can do it, once in like 10 days kind of thing. And now I regularly bake that. So
great.
karela, potato, cauliflower. So it's like a regular feature now. We can happily eat it like guilt free, and it tastes really awesome. Yeah, even with baking. So it's like now that mind switch has completely happened.
Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely, yeah.
really good.
If at all I had to say one
One
thing,
thing.
it would be this only ki, my daughter loves fish and fried fish, that too. And she says, Mama, make it extra crispy. And each time I have tried to make it in the oven, the fish cooks well, but the crust never comes out as crusty,
Crisp.
or
True.
crispy, or all of that. So that is something for me, at least, that is something I would like to find some way of achieving so that
Yeah.
I get a tick from my daughter ki, okay, this is done well.
Yeah, I think that's right, because I think some of the foods, it's a lot of experimenting with the outside crust, because I think
Yeah.
Correct.
usually when we're using it, a lot of people have tried it with, of course, the breadcrumbs, they tried with rava also,
You
but
should try with corn flour. A little bit
with
of corn flour, combination of corn flour and rice flour as a coating, I think.
rice flour.
It might work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that gives the crunchiness actually.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, yesterday I was making some chicken like in a different way for the kids, and then the rice flour made a big difference to the outside
Right.
crust.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That made a big difference. I think that
And
definitely helped.
has anyone tried baking a badusha?
Sorry. No.
See now
I
that
tried and failed miserably, and I'm waiting for somebody to succeed so that I can enjoy it because
that's
it's
what
purely made with maida and deep fried.
Yeah.
correct. I think
Same like the gulab jamun, not the
absolutely
soya.
solid recipe for a
Yeah.
solid heart attack. But the
Yeah.
point is, so just one thing, just one thing. When we did a contest, I don't know how many of you were on OMBC or have seen that contest. There was a contest called RD Bake. Okay, I mean, I'm forgetting the hashtag, but that was the Republic Day Bake. Okay, this was 3 years back, I think, or 4 years back. I've also, my memory is failing, but 3 4 years back around that time, and we had these bakes, which were all across India, Indian snacks, Indian sweets, and people had made baked also, of course, as with OMBC, everything was baked, and everything was healthy. And I'm still thinking that if I want to start, that would be my starting point, because I have like 100 things to try. I already have in my list. But if I was to look for a place where I could start, I would maybe look at that. Or we have some of the very interesting fusion bakes in the and the traditional dishes in our books. So look at those to start with. When I
Yeah.
look at and we have so much variety in our country. I think the good thing is that we are
Yeah.
very blessed with a huge variety of food,
Yeah.
and every food is different. Like, I have never, I mean, till 10 years back, till I hadn't moved to Bangalore, I didn't even know what was ragi. When I moved there and I started using it, I realized, so there is so much of difference between like, say, up north and down south. Like you said, your husband is from the east. I've been born and brought up in Calcutta, so I know how different it is. I have lived in Goa for 2 years, so I know how
Wow.
different that is. So it's very, the food diversity is so huge that I think there's immense scope to bake with so many of those things. Such a huge variety we have. And I'm all this rambling that is happening is to tell you guys that bake fast and put it on fast. A lot of stuff to try very soon. So I think,
Yep.
somebody likes this rambling, all of us are doing that. So I think
But
that is yeah. Go ahead, Samita.
no, this is the point I'm going to throw in one of my surprise questions.
I'm
So,
going to- I'm
but
not
but but
responsible.
more but more because I relate with Sonia. Okay, I believe that you most of your recipes are self creations, and you're
Yes.
always on the lookout for recipes that you can create quickly, and you don't like to spend too much time in the kitchen. And that is
Yes.
something I can relate to absolutely. I have even written it in the edit note in the savory book, saying ki the more time I can be out of the kitchen, I'm happier. And fortunately, baking allows that.
Yeah.
You put it in, and that
Yeah, you
ring of
put it in the oven and go.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about how when you are looking for quick, you're looking for self creations. What is it that can you take me through from the journey of opening the fridge door to seeing what ingredients you have to the final meal you prepare? Just take me through your thoughts. What
For me,
goes
it
on?
is, yeah, for mostly like lunch or dinners. What happens is I'll be short of time. I have to go sit with my boys. I have two boys who are all the time behind my back. I'm sure most of you can understand. So if I'm in the kitchen, they're all sitting there, and my older one likes to talk, and especially about his books, and he goes on and on. So I have to concentrate because he'll ask me, "Mama, what did I tell? Are you listening to me?" So if I don't, I'll have to tell him, "Okay, you spoke this to me." So I have to concentrate on him as well. So my first thought is, what is there in the kitchen? So I just pick it up and it just goes through like, okay, this is there, ye sab kato, mix karo. And most of the time, it's like I'll put it in the oven and then I go on with that. Okay, there's coconut milk, add that, masalas. So there's one fish curry or chicken curry that we most of
Yeah.
the time make. So my husband is a Bengali, like I said, and he likes aloo in everything.
Yeah.
So even in the biryani also.
Yes,
So
yes, that is
yeah.
legitimate. Okay, I am from Maharashtra. Let me tell you that aloo in the biryani is what vegetarians survive on. Okay, so I'm speaking for myself. I know that everybody else survives on the chicken, but I'm just letting you know that it's
Yeah.
very, very legitimate to have aloo in the biryani.
Yes, that's true. The amount of aloo I've had after getting married, I've not had before. I think I compensated for the rest of my life. Yeah. So, what I eat, like the chicken curry, like I was talking about it, I just cut onions, pyaz, tomato, what are normal masalas are, but I don't have time to sit and fry that. So I just add it into the oven or the baked dish with the curd and everything, and I just bake it. So after that, once it's baked, then I taste it and then I adjust the flavors. So it's spontaneous. So there's nothing as a thought process that happens. It's more as in the time I have in hand, and at that point of time, the ingredients available.
Right. And I
So like
think
I
Burley
said,
can
aloo
also
chicken
endorse
curry.
that, because I think you also like to create healthy food that is
Yeah.
suitable for busy life, right,
Yes.
Burley?
Yes.
So
Yes.
your vegan granola bars, I think that have made it to the book. We are not talking about the recipe here, but just yeah.
Uh,
So
she,
uh,
she,
with our busy life, creating healthy food on the go. So you want to share some thought on that, Burley?
Because from my childhood I love owl, that puffed that flattened rice.
Flattened.
I don't know
Availaki.
from everything, because my mother was a working lady, so we always used to have a maid at home. So I will from my school, I'll come and I'll just ask that lady, please make something out of owl, because we have always coconut, jaggery, and then owl, just mix it, and that was my the food, when I come back from my home every day, and with a puvan param, or that param with that banana, I love relishing it. So when I was like, even my kids also love owl, and even my husband likes owl. So I thought, I always make owl in some or the other thing. Even payasam I make with owl. So it is kind of a fulfilling feeling, when I use owl. Even owl upma. So I was thinking, like, it is dry roasting. Actually, it gets very crisp. Then
Yeah.
if you dry roast the owl, that is why I thought, granola bar and all kind of, it is time consuming. Like if you are frying, dry roasting. So I put everything, I laid out everything on the tray, and then I just, because in in 2 3 minutes it gets crispier. So everything I put in the tray, and it was ready. And then with coconut milk and a little jaggery water, it was all right. When I this thing, and it was really, that is how I found out you can do everything on the tray, baking tray. That's how I found
Baking
out
tray.
these things are very easy, and in
Yeah.
a
you know,
jiffy it makes.
such a helpful idea, for a lot of people who are new bakers, who are baking and trying to figure out, and I really like, I think the question that Samira has asked, because I think this is very, very essential to the fact that oftentimes people think that, one, of course, that baking should means huge number of hours, and second, that
Yeah.
we whoever the primary cooking person, and which is usually women, end up spending hours in the kitchen. So
Yeah.
it's so important that we should be able to find these kind of things where we can do it quickly without compromising on the nutrition,
Compromising
but at
on
the
health.
same time not spending hours trying to like just do it, so that is such a good thing, that we are hearing from, both of you. I think it's a very, very excellent insight. It's really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
So,
hungry again. I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah, I
Sonal,
think it's.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, I was aiming my next question at you because I believe you're a prosthodontist by profession and a baker by passion.
Explain it for all of us, because what because Samira has certainly read up about it. And so she's looking very confident. Okay. But for all of us who don't know what it means.
Yeah, I will give you one. I will admit very candidly one thing. My team is very supportive, especially Siddhi. She'll give me all the notes about the bakers who are going to be on the chat today so that I can throw in my surprise questions.
Surprise question.
So yeah, but I do figure that this is about oral health and baked items, especially the unhealthy versions, would affect our oral health. So how do your passion and profession combine? So maybe you can shed some light on that.
So, actually, what I've realized now, so it was always like, I used to bake. I've been baking from childhood, and, I always try to push people towards don't eat icings and, eat just tea cakes and more natural. And it used to not work out. People would come back saying, no, we want a cake with icing. It's a celebration cake. And what I've realized is now, after moving back to healthy baking, and in the last year, I've actually started taking classes for, and I realized that if you teach kids healthy baking, it's come to a point where the kids are getting conscious and they are moving to, using healthy flours. Parents come back saying that our kids insist that we don't want maida, we don't want white sugar. My boys personally say, Mama, no icing for birthday cakes. For me, earlier I used to be like, no icing only for birthdays, so twice a year, that's it. Now they come back saying, no icing, Mama. We're going to have just regular cakes. And they come up with all these really fantastic schemes in which I will have to bake cookies and insert them into the cake and stuff like that. But no icing, very particular. And a lot of kids are moving into that healthy baking. So I feel that is, I'm setting a better foundation there to move them into a healthier way of cooking, moving them into healthy flours, and like less refined stuff, which is basically what I would tell them as a dentist. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Makes absolute sense. I
And
think
moving
that's
to
a
better sweeteners, right? So better sweeteners, healthier sweeteners, moving to more fruit-based sweeteners. So I think that actually gives my message in both ways. I'm conveying it by actually doing it practically. So
Yeah.
I
That's
think that
true.
makes fantastic sense. Yeah. Simply by changing the ingredients, you're impacting the way your health, not just overall health, but even oral health gets impacted. So
true,
I think that's quite an amazing
and
thought.
people, instead of buying the package like crackers and
Yeah.
namkeens, you actually they learn how to make these at home and they make it themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
you're giving them a power packed snack, so it's like win-win.
Right. And Anuradha loves to sneak in vegetables wherever she can for her children. So that's another trick of the trade that we can learn from you about. So can you shed some light on that?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, my kids hate capsicum and green peas. Both of
Oh,
them. So I try and sneak in a different form, either grind it or cut it very fine, and then somehow mask it with some other ingredients. If it is some cheese, be it cheese or anything. If it's a pasta, not a baked dish, but then I sneak in these capsicums into the tomato sauce so that they don't realize that they're eating that. So all those kinds of things. Not just that, even. Of course, they don't have any other issue with any other vegetables. I don't know what's wrong with these two.
Any
Just
wrong?
capsicum.
Yeah, I'm telling you, now. I think it's also. I'm not sure if it is genetic in your case. In our case, is genetic, because my mother and my mother's mother and my mamaji, so my mother's brother, nobody used to eat green peas. Okay, everybody hated green peas. All right. I have no idea. Though they then when we used to go to somebody's house, so you used to get those samosas, right? Some of the
Yes,
samosas have the mixture and they have green peas also stuffed in it. What, I don't know,
right.
but they have. Okay, so that we used to go to people's house, right? How embarrassing it is for a mother. okay, who herself does green peas also, but it is embarrassing for the mom. When you can make out the plates of the kids, you can see that they've eaten the samosa, eaten the aloo, and there are green peas on the plate in the corner every single time. And all three of us, like three sisters, okay, all three of us. So
I
I'm just
have two
telling you,
kids.
genetic hoy pata nahi, because my mom also has been like that. I have no idea. But in our case, now of course we eat everything. I think hostel teaches you to eat every single thing, you know.
Right.
But I think, yeah, for many years we didn't do that.
No, one thing common in all my three kids is the green peas. They all the three of them hate it, and I mask those green peas somehow and then give it to them. I even made green pea fritters, which they loved. They didn't know that it was made of green peas, but they just gobbled it up.
Yes, yeah, masking is the only technique that works eventually. Nothing else works.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, poor capsicum
And
has been abused so much. See, there is some more people who has capsicum and peas, same story. See, somebody else has also said capsicum is a major hated vegetable. Oh God. it's as though we have opened a dam of people's emotions about capsicum. Everybody sharing their hate comments about capsicum now.
and one other vegetable is Karela.
Oh,
Yeah,
acha.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but I made sure that Karela also can be eaten. They love it. If I make Karela chips and all, you bake them, and that's also good to go.
But with Karela, I've seen people who love it, they really love it, and people who hate it, they
Yes.
really hate it. So there's extreme emotion, attached
Yeah,
to
there's
that.
no in between with Karela.
Yeah,
Either you love it or you hate it. Yeah,
huh.
and
The
with
only
That's
way
why.
I
Karela,
can tolerate pavakya pachadi. That's the only way I will tolerate Karela in my food.
which
The very darkened Karela with dahi or curd, made like a raita. So
Masking only,
that's
na? You masked
I'm
it.
asking. Yeah, yeah.
no,
But
but
Kerala,
Karela actually you can do it in the air fryer. I don't know. I use air fryer because I also hate to stay for a long time in the kitchen. So I try to mix my cooking, half bake, half cook, and somehow toss here, toss there, and then finish it off. So Karela is one good thing. Like you just fry it in the air fryer for a couple of minutes, and then you just add the tadka, and then you're good to go. And it really tastes well. It takes off that bitterness, actually.
आज मुझे एक्चुअली बहुत खुशी हो रही है बिकॉज आई एम फाइंडिंग मोर पीपल हु डोंट लाइक टू बी इन द किचन एंड फाइंड वेज टू स्पीड अप द होल प्रोसेस आई एम नॉट अलोन आई एम फीलिंग सो गुड
This is we have learned over the years, Samira. It's not like in the beginning I didn't know how to come out of the kitchen quickly, but now I know. I'm like, okay, how much less time you can spend in the kitchen.
Kitchen,
And
yeah.
I think all these cook shows have, frankly, the cooking shows, when they show people like so excited about being in the kitchen, so excited to have like 10 hours doing 10 things. It's like, oh wait, 1 second, okay? I mean, I like cooking, I like eating, but I'm not so crazy about it that I want to be there the whole day.
Yeah.
That is some kind of also sort of setting a benchmark that they have done, or created a
Yeah.
perception that it is an enjoyable process, but it's an enjoyable process as long as you're enjoying the process and it is enjoyable for a period of time. After
Yeah.
that, if it becomes a chore where you
Yeah.
have to, actually having to exchange it for something else that you really enjoy. For example, if I want to spend time with my kids, or if I want to read, okay, or if I want to go out and drink, I can't do any of it if I'm cooking and cooking and cooking, right? And at some point in time, the interest and the love for it will vanish if I'm spending hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So I
So
think
there
that
are
is
ways actually nowadays we can spend less time in the kitchen by doing whatever, like half baking and half.
Anurag, please one
Yeah.
of those videos to refer to our recipe books. Somebody say it.
In fact, in
I'm
fact,
ready to say it.
I made Anuradha's recipe. That was the first thing I tried from the book.
Yeah, thank you.
And by the time that baked, everything was done. My kitchen was cleaned, and I was done for the night. And I was so happy. I said, "This I'm going to use this book like every week, so that I'm really done for the day."
Yeah,
See, can I put you in the hot seat now?
wonderful recipes to be tried.
It's your
Trupti?
Yeah,
recipe superb.
Trupti's turn to be in
Thank
the
you.
hot seat.
Yeah, Trupti, do I have permission to put you in the hot seat?
Yeah,
Now?
sure.
The reason I left your question for the end is because it will neatly merge into the next set of questions that we want to ask you. But there are two parts to my questions, okay? I believe that one, you are into researching to finding sustainable alternatives to plastic. So for
Yeah.
me, this reflects a couple of things. One, a person who is conscious about health, not only by putting what you're putting internally, but even what we are doing externally. So for me, that
Correct.
speaks volumes about you as a person as well. And I would like to hear about this holistic approach. And second part of the question that I want you to address is, I believe you're a published poet as well.
Yeah.
So now a published poet and now a published recipe creator.
Recipe
So
create. Yeah.
you can maybe share your experience of being that published recipe creator now after having
Yeah.
experience being a published poet. So maybe you can take up both questions at your pace.
Oh, okay, sure, sure. I'll answer the first question because I think you said the second question will set the tone for the next one, right? So yeah, so I'll take the first question. Yeah, you're right. So healthy baking, I think started when my son was born. So initially I was like, he's never going to have any of those, preservative laden stuff. I knew what all went into that. So now when my son was born, I was more, more conscious of the decision that, and I started healthy baking at that time, and I went more and more, started researching on the ingredients, and I would look at packets. I would just read it and say, okay, this is something we are not supposed to have. Started finding alternatives. So that happened. And since my background is in materials engineering, so I had worked on materials before. So I thought that I also used to, take up orders earlier. So what used to happen is after baking something, I would end up with a lot of plastic packets. If somebody had ordered a Kit Kat cake, like I used to do non-healthy bakes also. Like for some people, they said no, we don't want anything with jaggery, or we want with icing. So I mean, I couldn't say no, so I went on with that. So I saw the amount of packaging, that I had to throw, I had to waste for making one cake. So I realized it's better for me to, teach people how to bake. So at least if you have a birthday or something, it's better to bake at home. So I thought that would be better. So I used to take classes earlier, I think before the lockdown. So I thought that would be best to, teach people how to do it. So, there is less waste. And then during the lockdown, I saw so much waste being generated because we were ordering online and everything. So I think at that time, I really wanted to make a difference. I thought, with the baking and everything, I also want to, go to the root of the problem. So I said, with my background in materials, I definitely thought, I could make a difference. So I started researching, and thankfully, I also found someone at that time who wanted to switch over from plastic to a biodegradable material. So I think it's just, I started with healthy baking and went into that, area. So for me, I think that was it was a transition basically. It wasn't like, I didn't jump from one thing to another. I think one thing led to another.
I
So
think that's how
that
the
was,
best ideas come about.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
end up
absolutely.
exploring the best. We get ideas
Exactly.
from what we are currently doing. It becomes a
Yeah, yeah,
natural
yeah.
progression.
Correct,
That's
correct.
wonderful.
So, yeah, so that's the journey. So I'm very thankful to the baking that I started. Thankful for my son that he inspired me into healthy baking, and now looking at it from a different angle. So yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, I've been a published poet, and I've also, my research papers have also been published. So being, I mean, now a recipe creator, I think it's kind of a similar way. It's a creative process, basically. Like being a poet. It's again your creativity, your creation, your thoughts getting, and baking is again your thoughts, your process, and all your love getting into the baking because you're baking for someone. So I normally bake for my family and loved ones, and the amount of joy that I get by baking for people I love. See, because I'm an introvert basically. I'm not into talking much or expressing myself. So if I love somebody, I think the best thing I would do is, if somebody is down, or if I see a friend not having a good day, I would just bake a good dish for her, or her favorite dish, and not say anything. So that is how I mean, I bake for people I love. So for me, I think, yeah, maybe being writing poetry is also expressing myself, because I'm not too vocal about my feelings at certain times. So I think I didn't find much of a difference between being published recipe creator and a poet. I think the thought process was the same, basically to express myself through poetry or through baking. both are creative processes. So
Others
I
can
guess
also
that's
share in their experience of being a published, being published in this book series.
Yeah, and I think so beautifully I was just listening, so beautifully
Articulated, yeah.
explained, yeah, articulated, despite being an introvert and despite not really, like she said, doesn't vocalize that much, but so beautifully summarized and so beautifully explained the whole connect between, being published in two different areas, but very nicely explained. So,
thank
I
you.
mean, I think I'm hoping to listen to everybody else also about how they feel about being published.
It was a mixed feeling for
Okay,
me. It
so
was,
yeah, for me,
yeah, go ahead.
okay.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I think last year when you guys put up that contest, it was like the time was very turbulent, right? So it was like, okay, let's give this a try. It's something like it's going to be something really different. And in fact, for me, I made it, and then once we got to know that I got selected, so I think for me it was a really special thing because I lost my father last November, and this was the last thing I could tell him. This last like really good news I could tell him before he passed also. That's why it's even more special to me now, and it's been like a really positive energy throughout this lockdown this entire year. So when I got the book in my hand, actually it was like totally bittersweet. Like I went numb. Actually, I went numb for 2 days. I got the book, but I couldn't even write in the book in the group for 2 days because I was like, it was such a good experience, and it brought back so many memories for me. So it took me 2 days to settle into with that book and finally, talk about it. So, and I think the other thing is that it's given me a lot of confidence in the sense, earlier it used to be like I used to just follow recipes that coming from the group or other places. But after creating this, it's given me a lot of confidence to try out things on my own, tweaks, and also to, try to get more nutritional value into not only just in my bake, but also when I'm cooking, I try to think about all these things. So I feel I made that big jump, and now I'm not hesitant to try out new things on my own. So I think that's a big, big plus point for me. So thanks a lot to you guys.
That's wonderful.
That's
Really
amazing.
wonderful. Burley, you would like to share your experience?
Yeah, actually, I never thought that I'll be sending my recipes to such a contest. But when I was seeing it in OMBC, and even I was thinking, oh, as Simran has taken my name, so it's kind of I have to do it because it's my responsibility. I was just kind of, oh my God, what's happening, because I always think I don't know, somehow I always think a little low about me that, oh my God, my recipes. How can I send my recipes and all? Anyway, I thought, okay, fine, I'll go ahead and send my recipes. And I sent four recipes, in fact. And it was kind of a messy thing because clicking photos were the kind of a menace, because I was never satisfied with my pictures. Somehow I could bake and I did. My recipes are nice. My family said, no, no, these are very yum. You have to. But clicking photos, what will I do? Anyway, my daughters helped me. We went to the courtyard. Something, so many stuff we did, for clicking a photo. But anyway, I had to change all the pictures. That is the thing. But somehow I managed. And I never thought that my recipes will be selected. And my family group, I was just telling, oh my God, I am really keeping my fingers closed. I don't know what will happen, whether they'll be selecting me. Then everybody said, what is it? You have sent it. That is a big thing, And when all my recipes were selected, I was kind of, my God, what's happening? This is really happening. And then it was kind of, then we are getting all these information that so and so, that. And finally, when I got my book, I was kind of crying because I'm a very emotional person myself. For good things, for bad things, for sorrow, for everything, I'll cry. Even seeing a movie, happy ending, sad ending, I'll cry. But anyway, this was kind of an overwhelming thing for me, and I really literally cried. And my kids were telling, "What is this, Mama? It's really," and they were actually very happy to, wrap the package and everything. It was kind of, feeling of as if I got my first child. That is the feeling I got when I had that book on my hands. It was kind of my baby.
Nice. I think we can resonate with that. The feeling of your byline or your pictures showing up in a book that can never be replicated by anything else. So it is almost like your own baby, and you like really want to hold it and enjoy it. That's what we also did when the first proof copies came to us. We were just jumping and very excited about the whole thing.
Yes.
Anuradha, you were also sharing your experience and
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah. Actually, I just wanted to say that being selected, first of all, to get to know that something like this can happen is something which it was a big thing actually, and somebody had to. I mean, Samira and Simran, all of you had come up with such a wonderful idea of. Composing the recipes and putting them into a book and all, it was like awesome. And when the whole experience was like from curating the recipe to, of course, the photographs is a totally different story altogether. But then getting selected is one thing which I felt, okay, we have given the paper and the teacher is yet to announce the marks or whatever. It was such kind of a feeling that acha theek hai, abhi wait karo, whether you get 100%, 60%, 10%, you never know. It was like that. And when I got the mail from Stone Mill and OMBC, it was like the best feeling. Actually, I had celebrated with my family. My family was so proud, they were so happy. It was more like a dream come true. I had been cooking from long time, and my friends and family, they keep telling me to publish something on my own, which I had never ever thought of doing. And seeing your recipes, seeing your name in a book is something which nothing can beat it. It was like a sense of achievement, purpose, joy, happiness, encouragement, inspiration from all the people around the world. So many things, actually, so many things. And also, it gives me tremendous joy that we are able to spread awareness about healthy baking, because there are lots of cookbooks which have so many bakes and so many recipes and all that, but none of those books have any substitutes for healthy baking kind of thing. And this is one of its kind, and I feel very honored to be a part of this book series. Thanks to both of you, and that's about it.
Sonia?
For me, like, I think my boys and my husband, they were more excited about the selection. I was not sure, like, they said that if my recipes would get selected or not. It's something simple that we make for our family. And actually, in my case, the way Simran said, she makes a small quantity so she doesn't have to eat up the whole thing. But for me, it's the other way around. I have to make a huge quantity and I have to give it to my neighbors as well. Otherwise, I'll get a message, "Mujhe nahi mila." So when I told them that, like when Simran had messaged asking me to send the recipe, I was not very sure if my recipes are like worthy for the books. But then I had a whole lot of people tell, "It's okay, just send it across, and then we'll see if it gets selected." And then, like when I told my husband and kids that the recipes were selected, they were like jumping around, and my husband got a wine bottle. We'll break it open. I mean, we'll open it on the day. We'll receive the books and we'll celebrate and stuff. So, and actually, we celebrated on that day, though I had been vaccinated on that day and I couldn't drink. But still, we had a separate celebration because the books just arrived, and my sons have already claimed this. When I grew up, this book is mine. This book is mine, Mama, and you make a copy of this book, and we'll share it.
I think that is what has answered a lot of the questions that people have asked us, that if we were ever going to print an ebook, And this
Yeah.
was the response we shared with them, that no, the reason why we won't do that is because in our minds at least this is what we visualized, so
Yeah.
thank you for actually putting it in words, that we visualized that these books will become something that we will pass on to our families, to our
Yeah.
kids, and then they will hopefully pass it on to
Yeah.
their kids. I mean, it'll continue in the family for generations as a reference, which is
Yeah.
and as the first healthy baking book, essentially, I mean, there's always just one first, right? And
Yeah.
it is unique in that sense. So
Yeah.
why dilute the uniqueness of something as huge as that? And we also, I think, when we started the journey, we didn't realize the kind of uh, potential, not potential really, but the kind of huge impact it can have in terms of changing mindsets. I
Yes.
think that is what collectively, 100 bakers is a lot actually, have done. There's, like I say, I mean, I can keep speaking about healthy baking. Each of you can speak individually about healthy baking, but until 100 of us say it multiple times, it's not going to change anything. So I think that
Yeah.
is the impact that, something of this proportion has,
Yeah.
in my view.
That's true.
So I think we will. I think poor Burley. Sorry, we have just extended our time instead of saying we will wrap it up early. But
No, it's
but in
okay.
the
This thing, after half an hour only it would start. I asked them, it's
oh, how
starting
nice,
little
so
later.
sweet. And I think we should. I mean, please convey our thanks also to your family for changing and adjusting that time to fit this in. So that would be that's really sweet of them. So in any case, I think it's something that we would probably want you now to spend your time with your families, enjoy the rest of your weekend, Republic Day, long weekend for whoever it is long. Please enjoy your long weekend. For those of you who have not got a long weekend, enjoy Sunday. And somebody has come to say bye. Also, come on. So we will then say
I know.
happy Saturday, happy Sunday. Have a great Independence Day.
Thank
And
you.
it was so
Thank you.
nice to
Enjoy.
get to know you.
It was a
Nice.
lovely
Thank you,
session.
Adriana,
Thank
for
you, Simran.
Yeah.
Thank you,
us.
Samira.
Yeah. I didn't
Thank
feel like
you.
I
Thank
didn't
you
know
for
any of
the.
you. It was like we know each other for like ages.
I
It's
think
Yeah.
very
that is what I
yes.
hear every time that we have our chats. I think so, which is what I was saying. That mostly all of our chats are very informal. So nobody really feels. No, I don't want to wear those earrings. Nobody really feels that feels that mama's tired now by the end of Saturday evening. So as you would have noticed in the middle of the call, I've removed the earrings. So anyhow, so I think that is what really helps. That we can chat with each other without really feeling
Yeah.
like you're talking to complete strangers. We are all complete strangers in some respect, but I think the fact that we can still get together virtually and have this chat is a big deal. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
yeah. So thank you so much, and I think thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Sonal, Trupti, Sonia, Anuradha, Bolli, Samira. Thank you, and we will all now go and figure out what to do about our hunger. Yeah. All right. Take care.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.